Hello, got a message for you. I want you to like this page and share it. I don't usually come on at this time of night, but have you ever had something that you know you're supposed to do and it just keeps showing up and you ignore it and you ignore it and you ignore it? And you finally just say, okay, all right. My goal is I'm committed not to die a life of regrets. And I've been doing constant evaluation because I've been losing a lot of friends and I'm 75. And so you start thinking about your life and the meaning and purpose of your life. And I'm asking myself from time to time, is there something else that I'm supposed to do that I haven't done? And this one project, we grow from people and projects. It's been, hey, look, pay attention to me. Come on, don't you remember how you got started? Come on, pay attention to me. And I had this goal years ago. And once I started working on it, I had an interruption. Now, people have a fear of failure. But in this particular case, I ran from this project that I created because I'm embarrassed to say the fear of success. I thought that I couldn't do what I had created, what I started. I gave it to someone else and I ran. And I'm not going to run anymore. I'm not going to run anymore. I believe that God has spared my life to do this project. I want you to like this page and share this conversation that I'm going to have with you right now. Victor Hugo had a quote that I love, I ran across, and I want you to write this down. And the quote is, there is a thing stronger than all the armies in the world. And that is an idea whose time has come. There's a thing stronger than all the armies in the world. And that is an idea whose time has come. And I'm determined to die a life of no regrets. I'm going to rob the cemetery. Every day I'm thinking about robbing the cemetery of my gifts, of my stories, of my voice, of the contribution that I'm supposed to make, of the lives that I'm supposed to change, or the projects that I'm supposed to initiate. See, we grow mentally, emotionally, and spiritually from people and projects. And there's one project that I've been walking past, one project that I ignored, one project that I started, and something said as it was growing real fast, are you sure you can do this? And I ran. I ran. I gave it to somebody else who said, I'll take it. And they did, and did very well with it. And I ran. I ran. And because it involved managing something, managing people, managing a movement that unique to my philosophy and my spiritual approach to life. And I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think I can do it. Have you ever had an idea that it was you? You know it's you. You know it's your superpower. You know it. But something in you caused you to procrastinate and put it off again and again and again. And don't even come up with excuses. You've ran out of excuses. You just don't pay any attention. As Mama used to say, when I was trying to talk to her about something she wasn't interested in, my mother used to say, I ain't studying you. Leslie, I ain't studying you, boy. And so I said to this project, and I got to tell you the name, the Greatness Center. And it would say, Les, remember me? I ain't studying you. Come on, Les. Do you remember you started having 5 people come to your mother's living room when you resigned from the Ohio legislature and came back to Miami? And to keep your morale up and to make some impact in Liberty City, you start holding these little small meetings in your mother's living room. The concept you had was the Greatness Center, and it grew faster than you anticipated. They say a prophet is not without honor in his own, except in his own hometown. Well, that wasn't the case in your situation. People came everywhere to hear this guy, Les Brown, from Miami, who came back home to take care of his mother. And he talks once a week for an hour from 7 o'clock until 8 o'clock. And it grew from your mother's living room to a community center, to the Caleb Auditorium in Liberty City on 54th Street and 22nd Avenue. Over 1,000 people, then 2,000, 3,000, and you panicked. And you went and got a lady named Dr. Mary Tumpkin and said, can you take this over for me? Can you? I'm not the one to do this. I don't want to be confined in one area. I want to travel around the world. This is in the 80s, so this is before the computers, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all the platforms. What excuse do you have now for not doing the Greatness Center? Oh, you say, oh, you don't want to compete with churches? No, you're not competing with anybody. Only 15% of people go to church anyhow. You're not a religious person, you're a spiritual person. You always say that religious people are afraid of going to hell, but spiritual people have been there and you've seen some stuff. You've gone through some stuff. Are you going to give the Greatness Center to the cemetery? Are you going to seal your deal with God? He gave that to you. You don't know how much time you got left. He spared you from having a dirt nap. You should have been out of here a long time ago. He spared you for this time. You know how many people need to hear your voice? You know how many people that you need to be training now and teach them the things that you have learned and how they can help themselves and help their families and be able to help so many people that are hurting right now? Are you help me understand? Help me. What happened to this guy that selected me? I was minding my own business. You came up with the Greatness Center idea. You gave speeches on PBS. And the first thing out of your mouth when you speak to audiences, you have something special. You have greatness in you. Dr. Miles Monroe asked the question, where's Les Brown? Where are you? People know where I am in Nassau, Bahamas. Where are you? If people want to find you, where are you? You're just all over the country, all around the world. Where are you? You just keep moving. Where are you? What excuse you give? Oh. There's nothing stronger than, there's one thing stronger than all the armies in the world. It's an idea whose time has come. I didn't believe that too many people would be interested in what I had to say. I didn't believe in myself. And I ran. It grew faster than I thought. And I ran. There's a line in a play called The Zeus Story by Edward Albee. And there's a line, the line said, sometimes you have to go a long distance out of the way to come back a short distance correctly. I know the reason that the song Shekinah Glory, Yes, Lord, resonates with me because I need to say yes to the Greatness Center, to starting it online. No excuse. I don't have to get any brick and mortar. No excuse. And those who resonate with my message, they will hear it. Those who believe in what I want to do to help change lives, they will contribute. They will volunteer their time, their energy, their talents. My own shall come to me. This conversation, you think it's for you, but it's for me. I'll be through in a minute. We'll let you go to sleep, okay? All right. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I don't say nothing. I am, and have something negative come before, after it. I am going to complete what I'm about to say. So here's what I'm going to do. I don't know how much time I have left, and I'm going to get started with the Greatness Center. I'm getting started. Sunday. Don't have to worry about competing with your church services. I do it at 2 o'clock on Sunday after church closed. Have a good time. Well, you'll be competing with football and basketball and all that stuff. So what? My own shall come to me. I'm encouraging you. Have you had something that just keep following you around, come to you in your sleep? You keep thinking about it. It follows you and it haunts you, and it finds ways to get in your face to remind you of it. and you ignore it. But it won't go away. Would you leave me alone? It won't go away. It won't go away. I'm here because of God's grace and mercy. And I know, this is my assignment. I'm supposed to do this greatness center. That I will train people. I will work with young people and their parents. I will work with reducing the incarceration rate and the recidivism rate, ex-offenders. I will create programs for veterans. My brother spent 24 years in the military, and many veterans are homeless and need help. There are people in this place where we are. We've never seen anything like this. And those who are impacted by the coronavirus, 1 out of 5 will suffer from some type of mental illness. The Les Brown who ran because I didn't believe in myself. He doesn't live here now. And like Paul, who said, I must die daily. There's something that you want to do. Here's what I know. And I want you to write this down. Life, and meditate on it. Life meets you like you meet life. Life meets you like you meet life. Write that down and meditate on it. Let me share with you what that says to me. I'm more mature. I'm ready now. I was not ready mentally and emotionally and spiritually. All things work together for good for those who love God and for those who are called according to his purpose. You now have the discipline. You now have the commitment, the integrity. You now have the experience under your belt. You have gone through some stuff. And everything that you have gone through has prepared you for it now, for the greater work. For the greater work. It's not about flying around the world. You've done that. It's not about traveling. No, you've done that. It's not about making a lot of money. No, you've done that. You've made a lot of money. You bought a house for your mother, 3 different homes, took care of her. And I blessed you for it. That's what he said. And your children are grown. Now you're a grandfather of 15 and a great-grandfather of 4. You're in a different place now. You can handle this now. There are people who will have the skills, people who have the knowledge, people who have the talent, people who have what it is you need. Where you are weak, they are strong. And they see you and they know your heart and they can feel you and they will answer the call. There's no need to run anymore. You're a different person. There's no need to run. And I'm saying to you, if you've ever had a challenge with the fear of failure or the fear of success, the fear of losing, the fear of making mistakes, I've done that. And I survived, and you will too. Don't let that stop you from answering the call on your life. In order to do something special in life, herein my Father glorified, that ye bear much fruit. You got to go through something to get something. And if you feel inadequate, if you feel that you can't handle it, here's what I know. You are more than a conqueror. I wondered, what does that really mean? Well, there's some things that you do. You do the best that you can do, and God will do what you can't do. That makes you more than a conqueror. He will use you as an instrument, but you do your part. You give it everything you got. As George Washington Carver said, do what you can where you are with what you have, and never, never, never be satisfied. I dare you go to sleep tonight thinking you got some guarantee that you're going to wake up tomorrow morning. I dare you put this off anymore. As if you have some guarantee how much longer you're going to be here. You are so fortunate. You're only here because of my grace and mercy. Do you understand me? Yes, Lord. Yes. Yes, I do. So I say to you, is there something you're supposed to do? And you know who I'm talking to. There's somebody else needs to hear this conversation. I'm not the only one. And I'm not going to say misery loves company, but I want you to know I'm glad you're with me. I know I'm not out here by myself. I know there's some of y'all squirming and say, what are you talking about? You ought to leave me alone. I want you to be looking at the ceiling tonight. I want you to pull the Bible out of the Kabbalah or the Holy Quran, something, and meditate. Say, speak, Lord, thy servant heareth thee. I want that dream to haunt you like it's been haunting me. let me turn this microphone off for a minute. Mm. Mm. I'll feel better now. Yes. Yes. I'll do what you want me to do. Yes. I'll say what you want me to say. I won't worry about how it's going to work out, how it's going to come together, what help I need to make it happen. That's not my job. That's your job, Lord, to order my steps. And I'm saying to you, start where you are with what you have. You do you. You do you. And watch things happen. Greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world. Watch things happen. You will attract the people, the things, the resources, the money, everything you need, even if it's just rebuilding your business or rebuilding your life or regaining everything that you've lost during this turbulent, chaotic time. Don't give up. Hold the vision. No. Some things, it appears to happen to you, but it's happened for you. Many times in life, I love this. When we have a teeth rattling experience, the core of our being has been shaken. We run to God only to discover that it's God that's doing the shaking. Mm. Mm. It's a different level. It's a different movement in my mind and my spirit. It's the greater work. This is not for everybody. Majority of people have already gone. Those of you that are still listening, and watching me, there are some of you that you feel me in your heart. There's some of you that can identify with me. There's some of you saying, Les, I know what you're talking about. I got an idea, I got a dream, I got a project that I've just been putting it off and coming up with all kind of flimsy excuses of why I can't do it. Or I tried and I failed and I tried and I failed and the people let me down and I just gave up. I just gave up. I figure I'm too old. I didn't have the money, didn't have the resources. Everything happens in the fullness of the time. You forget your years will forget you. I'm not going to allow the fact that I'm 75 to stop me to doing this work. I'm not going to have some be on my deathbed dying and that greatness in us saying, hey, you were supposed to make us do this. You were supposed to create this center to help people. And now you're about to check out. We came to you, and only you could have given this sinner life. And now we must die because you didn't have the courage. You didn't have the faith. You didn't have the trust. Now you're going to die a life of regret that you didn't do it. You worried about what you had. I said, greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world. I mean, you don't have to do it all. Those words mean something. I'll keep thee in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee. You can't be in a state of peace when you're worried. I didn't pick you out to be a warrior. I pick you out to be a warrior. There's a difference between being a warrior. Somebody's worrying about how will I do this. No, you are a warrior. You're supposed to fight a good fight. Therefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day. This is that kind of day. I don't know who I'm talking to. I can't see you, but I feel you in my spirit. Yes. I'm encouraging you. If you have something that you're supposed to do, and you know it in your heart of hearts, I'm not talking about just anything, but something that's your assignment, something that you were chosen out of 400 million sperm to do, something that you know in your heart of hearts that you are supposed to do. And like me, you walked away from it. Like me, you came up with excuses of not to do it. Like me, you procrastinated. Like me, you allowed life to get in the way. Like me, you allowed people to discourage you. Like me, and you discouraged yourself, the enemy within. You know who you are. You know who you are. So I'm going to seal my deal with God. You're going to be hearing about the Greatness Center. And I'm not going to wait 2 or 3 weeks to start. I'm giving my first message on this coming Sunday. Yeah. My own shall come to me. Sunday at 10 o'clock. That's when I'm going to do it. Sunday at 10 o'clock. I'm not coming no afternoon. My own shall come to me. Those of you who could hear my voice, those of you that want a spiritual message, those of you that can identify with me, this coming Sunday, I'm not going to put it off. I'm not going to be a Michael Jackson. This is it, and it was it. I don't know how much time I got left. I believe that I have been blessed to be here because of God's grace and mercy. And I believe he ain't through with it yet. and I'm happy. And I'm not running anymore. There's a thing that's stronger than all the armies in the world, and that is an idea whose time has come. There's an idea in your mind. All ideas happen twice. First in the mind, and then in the without. If you have had something haunting you, something that everywhere you look, it reminds you, hey, I'm next. You know, all those years you just wasted time, unproductive time that you can't bring back, but you're still here because of God's grace and mercy. You got a shot, you got some time. Answer the call. Take me off caller ID. Take me off hold. This idea will help people. This idea will give people hope. This idea that has been given to you will strengthen people, will help bring people, inspire people, mobilize people, encourage people. Don't take this with you. There are people who will come to you and say, train me, Les. Teach me how to do what you want to do. Teach me how to speak like you. Les, I got some skills you don't have, technological skills. Les, I can write. Les, I've got some ideas that would be beneficial. I want to be a part of something that will allow me to live a life that will outlive me. You don't have to do this by yourself. There's no need to be scared now. You're stronger. You're mature. That person you once were, he's no longer here. You gonna be a good boy this time. You ever look back at your life and say, what state of mind was I in? I used to be totally crazy. Oh my God. Oh, even Tyrone is looking in the window. He's crying. Don't cry, Tyrone. If you don't know, Tyrone is a squirrel who listens to me as I talk to y'all around the world. I'm bilingual. He taught me how to speak squirrely. So he's crying. Give him a napkin. Here, Tyrone. He doesn't want to come on camera because he's shy. One day I will introduce you to him personally. I'll be off in a minute. So, you know, sometimes a good cry is good for you. It's good for you. I feel, I want you to like this page and share it. And I want you to join me if you feel that what I have to share with you will have some value. It's called the Greatness Center. It's my spiritual approach to helping people to live the life that they're supposed to live, to transform people's minds, to encourage them to increase their value, their mindset, teach them how to have joy and how to create wealth, and be a part of a community of collaborative, achievement-driven, supported relationships. How to live right here, right now. Behold, the kingdom of God is at hand. How to live right here, right now. A life of purpose. Dr. Miles Monroe, You know, you've been messing with me about this Greatness Center. Now, I'm robbing the cemetery of it. Cemetery won't get this. If you would like to support me and help me, and I encourage your prayers, and you might have some talents or skills that will be useful. I'd like for you to email me, lesbrown77@gmail.com. 7 is my lucky number. 7 is my lucky number. lesbrown77@gmail.com. I'm trembling. I'm nervous. But I got it off my chest. There's a thing stronger than all the armies in the world. That is an idea whose time has come. Part of what I'm doing that I have answered the call on, teaching people how to tell their story, how in the comfort and safety of their home, how to speak to, motivate, and inspire people virtually. You don't have to worry about the computer sneezing on you, or coughing on you, or being asymptomatic. I'm teaching people how to make more money, have a greater impact and influence in the comfort and safety of their homes with their voice and their story and their knowledge. Steve Jobs said the storyteller is the most powerful person in the world. I'll teach you how to tell your story. Somebody asked me, what's the most challenging thing you had to do? The easiest thing that I have done in this business is to transform millions of people's lives around the world. And earn $1 million within 3 years of starting it, and several millions since I've been doing it. The hardest thing I've ever done in my life, it took me years to do it. Took me years, 14 years to be exact, was to believe I could do it, given my beginning. Born in an abandoned building on the floor with my twin brother Wesley, February 17th, 1945. Being a foster child and being adopted by Mrs. Mamie Brown. Being labeled educable mentally retarded and put back from the 5th grade to the 4th grade and failing again in the 8th grade at Booker T. Washington High School in Miami. Having no college education and feeling inferior to people who had college education, no corporate experience. Yeah, easiest thing I've done is to transform people's lives and earn money in the process. The hardest and most difficult thing I've ever done was to believe that I could do it. I don't even know my father's name or my birth mother's name. I've never seen either one. I've never seen a picture of them. Don't know their name or nothing. 23andMe and my oldest son been looking for the grandparents. I'm too old for that to benefit me, I guess. I don't know nothing about them. I wonder, did my mother ever know what happened to us? I had a talk show once, pardon me. I had this talk show, and I'll never forget I had this guest. She was a doctor too. And toward the end of the show, I asked her a question that just shook me. She was talking about the positive experience of being adopted. And I asked her, I said, is there any part of being adopted that kind of touched you in a different kind of way? That it was not a positive experience? She said, yes. I said, what was it? She said, my birthday. I said, your birthday? She said, yes. I said, why your birthday? I had a talk show years ago in 1992 called The Les Brown Show. I would end it by saying, this has been Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy. Millenniums weren't even born then. I said, why your birthday? That's a time of celebration. She said, it wasn't for me. It's not even now. I said, why? She said, every time I have a birthday, I believe that on that day, my mother, if she's still alive, she thinks about me. Wow. I never thought about that. I called my brother after my show. I said, Wesley. He says, guess what, Wesley? I was crying. I'm a very emotional person. I said, what is it, Leslie? What's wrong? Do you know every time we have a birthday, February the 17th, Mama thinks about us. She thinks about you and me. He said, Les, have you lost your damn mind? Do some push-ups, man. Don't call me back with that. And hug her. I said, did you hang up on me? He said, yes, get a life. Blink. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. I know y'all say, you know what? He's been in the house too long. He's not gonna make it to 2027 when he said he's coming out. You can't make this up. Oh my God, I've never told that one. I never told that before. Oh, but I feel good. I feel better now. I can go to sleep now. I don't know if you can go to sleep, but I'm going to sleep now. Okay. I won't have to do no push-ups. I can go to sleep now. Now lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. If you have a story and you have an unction, as Dwight Pleasure would say, you have a hunger to get that story out and want to work with someone to teach you how to do it and change lives and Make a difference on the planet. Put voice in the comment section, and me or my staff will get back to you. Put voice in the comment section. Pray for me. I thank you so much for listening to me tonight. Thank you. I know some of y'all say, you know what? You need to take your behind to bed. You done got me all upset. I'm sorry. I won't do no more. I won't do it no more. Tyrone say, yes, you will. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. 10 o'clock Sunday morning, right here. Would you spread the word? Right here. Facebook, Instagram, all the platforms, right here. 10 o'clock, the start of the Greatness Center. I figure it out later. Leap and grow your wings on the way down. Walk by faith and not by sight. Let me see what y'all saying before I cut things off. What have y'all saying to me? Y'all been saying, go to bed, Les. I'll be there. Okay, you gonna join me? Okay, thank you. I shall love and share your work for the rest of my existence. Oh, thank you, Lapete Gregory. Thank you. I don't want anything for you. Thank you. I feel so much better. I'm going to do my work that he's given me to do. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night, Miss Calabish, wherever you are. Millenniums don't know about Jimmy Durante. Oh.